What's going on? What's crack-a-lacking, people? I hope you're having a great day, right? Hope you had a nice weekend, right? Get some time in with your family, your friends, right? All that good stuff. Hope you enjoyed the long weekend. And I want to welcome you back to D's Daily DD, right? I want to remind you I'm D and I'm not a financial advisor, right? It's not financial advice, so don't take it as that. I'm just a guy on YouTube who loves talking about stocks and can hopefully, teach you a little something about the stock market, right? But yeah, today, I got a lot to say, got a lot on my mind. Want to get that out there. Want to thank all the new subscribers and the support. When I first started this channel, I didn't know what to expect, right? Had some fears, had some doubts or whatever. But as our movement, stays strong and I see the people and the sentiment is pretty good right now, right? As I see the support, you know what? Like it just makes me want to keep going and to be here for y'all, right? For the people who come back and watch the videos. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing, hitting that like button, right? I want to get as many apes in the family as possible, right? Because if you own AMC or GME or BBIG or any meme stock that has been, crazily shorted and you believe that, you're going to get your payday, you should subscribe to my channel because that's why I'm here. I'm here for y'all, right? I'm here in the movement with y'all, right? So I just wanted to put that out there, let y'all know some of my thoughts. I got a lot of information. If you're a retail investor, even, right, you should be subscribed to my channel because I can't guarantee dates. It's not like I have a crystal ball or anything, but at least I can teach you something about the market with my experience or what I've done as well. I can you can learn from my mistakes is the way I like to put it down. All right, so yeah, guys, if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, right? So let's jump into the information, all right? So you can see where my head's at right now with what's going on with AMC, all right? Let's switch it up. I got you. Okay, so I've got, I'm a numbers guy, I'm a data guy. I love, numbers and accounting and stuff like that. Not that I'm an accountant or anything, but just it's like a one of those simple pleasures, that like when things add up how they're supposed to, right? I dig that. So let's get over here. Let's go over here. I'm gonna start off with Twitter right here, right? If you don't have a Twitter, if you don't want to be active on it, that's fine. But I suggest downloading it just to go look at the information because there is actually a lot of people that talk about the stock market on here, and it doesn't necessarily have to just be AMC or GME or any of them, the meme stocks, right? I mean, I'm just talking about like the overall stocks. So today I put this out, and this is what I'm saying. Like I'm here for the people, right? Because this is what I love to see, support. This thing got over 200 likes right now. And it was just the fact that I bought 5 more AMC shares today, right? And I put bought 5 more shares of the most manipulated stock, AMC, all right? Because of course I believe in the squeeze. I'm still accumulating right now. I think it's coming. I think a move is coming soon, right? And because of what I'm looking at over here. So just look at all these people, guys. Like this is proof to me, right, that there is apes holding, that they're not leaving, and they see and they believe and they understand what is happening, right? And these are probably people that have been in the play for a long time. I mean, just looking at some of their, handles, you can see their AMC apes, all right? And I freaking love y'all because we're doing this together, all right? Yeah, so just going down, right, just to give you an example and just to show you that we're not leaving. All right, to me this is hardcore proof right here. We're gonna go back over here, and this was a couple weeks ago, but this tweet went pretty crazy, right? I'm 100% certain AMC and GME will mow ass at the same time. Shorts are not gonna allow apes to move money from one to the other to make more money. They're not gonna let us double dip, guys. All right, and if I've been talking about the options chain in July, for some reason both AMC and GameStop, the calls, the strikes are way higher right than right now, right? So I'm thinking there's got to be something coming because as well as like AMC Bigums is another big YouTube, and Boss Blunts, they're talking about something that expires on June 2nd or the 3rd or the 4th, something like that. That if Biden doesn't push it down the road, right, that could definitely help us win this war, this battle with AMC, all right? So yeah, same thing. I mean, a bunch of retweets, likes, a lot of support, and there's comments and all that. But I mean, there is just tons of people in this, guys. Millions of people, right? Nobody's leaving. The weak ones, maybe, yeah, they left. Maybe they got out. Okay. But I'm in this, to see it through, guys. Like to see if we were right. I think the DD is good, right? And later, I'm gonna update you a little bit right now with what's going on the chart and all that, what I see, what I like. But it's just people, guys. Like, man, there's so many, you know, there's so much of the retail investor that is in this play and GameStop. So yes, together I believe there's probably like 10 million shareholders just between AMC and GameStop, all right? So just pointing that out. And then, just like I said, I didn't know what to expect when I started this channel, guys, but hey, I'm happy with the progress. Look at this. About to cross 20,000 views, 226 subscribers, guys. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are the best, right? And I come back for y'all. So I'm basically just gonna go down this line here. The first thing, where is it? Right here. What I want to read to you guys right here. All right. I don't know when the squeeze can is gonna happen, but I know what can cause it. And one thing that I know that can cause this for sure is a share recall. All right. And what is a share recall? And who does it and what's involved. So let's go back to the basics. All right. So a broker can force a short position to be closed if the stock rallies strong enough, causing large losses and unmet margin calls. But it is far more likely that the investor will close out the position before the lender will force the position to be closed out. So we're talking about like BlackRock, Vanguard, these big hedge funds that own a lot of shares, AMC shares, and they're just lending them out, right? Making some money, some interest on the side for lending them out to the short sellers, right? So let's go down. And what does it mean when a short seller closes their position? A short covering is short covering is closing out a short position by buying back shares that were initially borrowed to sell short using buy to cover orders. Short covering can result in either a profit if the assets repurchased lower than it was sold, or for a loss if it is higher, right? And what are the apes doing? They want the price of AMC to go up, right? So the short sellers will lose money because they have to buy back the shares that they borrowed, right? However, compared to GameStop, this is key right here, right? This is a little bit of, just to strengthen your conviction. This is what it did for me. However, compared to GameStop, the AMC short sellers did not close their positions by the end of June, as the total number of shares dropped by a meager 2 million. So even after we had that run from 12 to 72, what happened? They only covered about 2 million shares, guys. Okay, so just to put that into perspective, we went from $12 to $72, 77 if you want to say the peak, with 2 million shares. That's what this is saying right here, that the short interest, the shares borrowed, they only dropped by 2 million. There's currently about 105 to 110 million shares on loan, guys. So that's what you have to remember, that when those are bought back, that's what's going to make the price skyrocket, and you're going to see it in the volume, right? You're going to see change of behavior. Today we only had 23 million in volume. We're not going to do anything with that, up or down, right? Let's keep going. Can short sellers make a stock go down? Short sellers are wagering that the stock and short selling will drop the price. If the stock does drop after selling, the short seller buys it back at a lower price and returns it to the lender. The difference between the sell price and the buy price is the short seller's profit, right? So if they sold the shares at $20, they're buying them back at 15, then they're making $5 per share that they borrowed, right? So it's just, they're fighting us. Remember, that's why the short, volume is always 50%, 60%, right? Always up there. How long can you hold a short position? This is why nobody knows when this will happen. There's no time on it. There's no date on the short position itself. There's no mandated limit on how long a short position may be held. Short selling involves having a broker dealer who is willing to loan the stock with the understanding that they're going to be sold on the open market and replaced at a later date. And even though this has been going on for a year and a half, right? Well, almost a year and a half. It doesn't mean anything on the time, guys, because as long as they keep paying the margin, the interest, they don't have to close the short position unless they're forced to, right? So are short sellers manipulating the market? Short and distort is an illegal market manipulation scheme that involves shorting a stock and then spreading false information in an attempt to drive the price down. The short and distort is the inverse of the better known and illegal pump and dump, right? So it's the same thing and it was funny because after, like November, December, like when the DOJ announced they were going to start the investigation, now there's not so many hit articles on AMC. Remember, every single day there was a negative article on AMC, right? Before they announced the investigation. Now it's kind of quiet, yeah? It's here and there we get some, but even recently there was one that from the street that they said 3 reasons to buy AMC. Like, what? The whole time you've been saying to sell it. Um, it's talking about some rules here, and can short sellers cover after hours? I think I've seen this question before. I think this will help answer some questions for you. There are no set rules regarding how long a short sale can last before being closed out. The lender of the shorted shares can request that the shares be returned by the investor at any time with minimal notice, but this rarely happens in practice. So as long as the short seller keeps paying their margin interest, right? As long as they keep paying the money, Vanguard, whoever's lending the shares, guys, that they, the big ones that have a lot of them, they're making money on the interest, right? So I wanted to go over that. If you don't know what a broker is an individual or firm that acts as an intermediary between an investor and a securities exchange. A broker can also refer to the role of a firm when it acts as an agent for a customer and charges the customer a commission for its service fee. Discount brokers execute trades on behalf of a client, but typically don't provide investment advice. Full service brokers provide execution services as well as tailored investment advice solutions. And then brokers register with FINRA, while investments advisors registered through the SEC as RIAs, right? So I just wanted to explain kind of what a broker is. If you need this information, it's on Investopedia. And I wanted to go back to the FTDs, all right? So this is AMC, the FTDs. This is the T plus 35 date of when they are supposed to buy them back. It's not guaranteed that they do, because with a lot of meme stocks, it seems right now like they haven't been, And we have a big day coming here on the 27th with $24 million worth of FTDs, which was 1.3 million FTDs on March 23rd, right? Insane. For sure, one of the highest ones, right, in the whole market. So just keep that in mind, all right? FTDs. And I'm going to tie it all in here with what a share recall is, because a share recall would be the Vanguard, the BlackRock, whoever owns them, recalling the shares from the short sellers without them having a choice to, which would basically be forcing the shorts to close. And I don't know what would cause that, but we need to maybe do some DD, look into what would cause a share recall, right? So it refers to a request by the lender of the borrower to return the loan securities. As a share gain lender, you can recall any and all of your securities whenever you want from your dashboard, right? Now, from whatever this is talking about. But what does it recall mean? When a corporation has a reverse stock split. So GME is issuing stock, right? So it's going to talk about that right now. But this is if a corporation did a reverse stock split. So say they had 10 shares, and they're going to reverse it to 5. That way your shares become more valuable, right? Companies make their shares more valuable. Here's how. Recalling company shares. The lender of the shares request that the borrower return the shares. This is done automatically these days. With the action, a company splits its stock into fewer shares. So what happens when the shares are recalled? When borrowed shares are recalled, they are removed from your account. You're notified in the recall panel. Okay, not sure what that. I think it has to do with like a certain app. But down here, there is good information. Why would a company do a share recall? This suggests that lenders strategically exercise their option to recall when they become aware of the stock overvaluation. When short sellers close their positions voluntarily, short interest decreases, but the shares are added back to the broker's lending pool when they're returning them, right? And then does a stock split force a share recall? So this is talking about like what's coming up with GME in June. They're doing a stock split, right? So this is what this is talking about. So can the lenders recall their shares? Yeah, most likely they will. A stock split, also called as a forward stock split, occurs when a corporation recalls its outstanding shares and issues more than one for each of the previously outstanding share. There's a video here if you want to go watch it about GME, and then when can a share recall happen, right? In a securities lending trade, the lender has the right to request a recall at any time, unless the loan is on term, which can technically be recalled. However, there may be financial penalties for doing so. All right. So I'm sure that's what, Citadel and Susquehanna and all these bigger hedge funds that are shorting. I'm sure they have just I think they have a loan which they have like terms on, right? Because how come the fee doesn't change, right? It's always like 0.5%, 1%, 1.5% for AMC. It's really low, in my opinion. So should I sell before a reverse stock split? Splits are often a bullish sign, since valuations get so high that the stock may be out of reach for smaller investments trying to stay diversified. Investors who own a stock that the splits may not make a lot of money immediately, but they shouldn't sell the stock, since the split is likely a positive sign. Can you recall, meaning to bring back from the memory, recollect, remember? Can you recall what she said? To call back, summon, to return, right? And can short shares be recalled? A short sale is a transaction in which the shares of a company are borrowed by an investor and sold on the market, right? That's how they bring the price down. The investor is required to return the shares to a lender at some point in the future. The lender of the shares has the ability to request that the shares be returned at any time with minimal notice. All right, guys. So I know it's a lot of information, but just going back to the basics, I'm going back to like what I noticed built my channel so far, right? Is the DD. So I just wanted to bring some DD to you guys and hopefully teach you something new with that, right? Now let's just go look at the charts real quick. This is the AMC Daily Chart, right? When it's looking juicy, guys. I mean, I don't know how you cannot be bullish on this, because you're literally trading in patterns and cycles here, and this seems to be following, right? So you're talking about this run up over here. I got my EMAs on there right now, right? I got these triangles. So what I did is I drew the descending resistance there, and when it finally broke out, oh shoot, did not want to move that. Oh crap. Oh well, let's put it back. Let's stretch this out, right? Because what I want to point out, and this is the super trend, what you see, just to clear it up, I'll take it off right now. So you can see this better. But for the longest time, right, same pattern. When it exploded in January, came back down. Now it doesn't have to be picture perfect, but overall you're forming this triangle. When it comes over here, you got rejected, came back down. When you finally broke above it, right, is when that move happened and we gone. Right? Now let's move over. This was of course the big run up. Same thing, just a bigger triangle. Doesn't have to be picture perfect to this one, but the same thing happened, right? Where you get rejected, it comes down, but then it came to the bottom and it actually bounced up. Now you have to look at where we're at right now. This is what has me, feeling pretty good, and especially about the dates or whatever with the options chain, right? And something's going on in June, July around that time. There's more volume there for sure. So look at this, right? We broke out, didn't quite make it, got halted, rejected, came back down. We're coming to the very tip. This is the end of this triangle, right? So if you're bullish, if you're an ape and you want to see the squeeze, then we need to see a breakout above this, right, to come retest 35. And that can happen. This is the daily chart, so we're coming to the end of this cycle. Give it like within a week or two, right? You would want to see that move pop up, explode. We would have a lot of momentum, because this is a huge, same way it happened here. This has been in a downtrend for so long that, stock can't go down forever, stock can't go up forever. So I just wanted to point that out, right? You would see an explosion. And we're at the very, very end of this triangle, guys. And now if you're bearish, then it would continue to follow this downtrend, right? So it would have to come test this 13-12 area. But if it were to break that, yeah, things could look pretty bad. I mean, if it would probably go down at that point, with that momentum. But I don't think that's gonna happen, guys. What I'm looking at is I think we're ready to start, because this technically right now is, a lower low and a higher low. So here's the higher high. We need to see a higher high, right, in order to continue an uptrend, right? So let's just, again, we're going to point this out. We can look over the options chain really fast. I think this is where we're at right now. This is today for this week, right? There's not much going on. There's not much volume actually right now. You can just, see even at the top call, $51, only 5,000, 3,000. And on the puts, 2,000, 5,000 at 14, 15. All right, so there's a lot there. And they're trying to get it as low as possible, of course, the short sellers, right? They got these in the money so far, but after $20, again, it's not much. And again, this is what I'm talking about. It's with AMC and GME. I'm going to show you the date on this. So July 15th, right? This year, you got tons and tons of opportunity here. You got people buying calls. Look at this big area of 55 to 100, right? And then at 145, 91,000. And there's heavy volume here for $10 from the put side, 10,000 right there. And this is for July, right? But to me, guys, signaling there's a big move coming, right? You don't have to take my word for it. It's just my opinion. But that's what I believe. Okay, guys, that's all I really wanted to do today was kind of, bring you some educational information that you could look at because I know that a lot of people are down and feeling kind of, sad or whatever about it. But again, take your emotions out of AMC, guys. This is a short squeeze play. The numbers are there. We're in the best place. There's signals. There's bullish signals here ahead of us. Okay, guys. So I'm holding. My mind hasn't changed. It would take a lot for it to change it because I see the numbers, I see the data, I see the signals, and I believe we're right there. All right, guys. So thanks for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.